Now, like my father used to say, you can't make your pizza unless you start with the dough. For the accounting cycle, the first step is to gather source documents, things like receipts, invoices, bank statements. Next, you need to analyze them to figure out what is going on. In other words, what account it's impacting and whether it's a debit or a credit. After that, it's just about making a simple journal entry. We did these first two steps when we helped convert Lou's shoe boxes to financial statements. Now, the good news is that Lou is a pack rat when it comes to keeping receipts. It's what makes Lou, Lou, you know? Analyzing receipts isn't a cakewalk for everyone. It takes some time to get your head around it. Let's hear from a friend with some advice about what they look for when they're looking at source documents.
When I meet with my client for the first time, I give them a checklist. And in that checklist, I basically will have a discussion based on what they are doing. So how many accounts do they have? How many checking accounts do they have? How many credit cards accounts do they have? And then once I get all the information from them, then I go through and make sure that first of all, I know it's this the simple step, but a lot of times people will give you bank statements and they might miss a couple of pages. They might give you 1 through 5 and you have 7 pages because they forget that sometimes they might have a reserve account or they might have a savings account that's attached to that. So it's really important that you actually go through all your bank statements to make sure, and all your credit cards, any source document that you're getting, that you have the complete source document, like it needs to be completed. You know what? That happens all the time because we have people basically working in QuickBooks or whatever accounting system that they're using, and they really don't understand. They're not accountants, which is why they need us. And so basically what happens is when we find things that are done incorrectly in the books, we basically have a teaching moment, is what I call, with that particular client. So that way they can learn as they go. Because it's real important that we make sure that not one for first thing that they trust us, right? But then also that we don't make them feel like they don't know what they're doing, even though they might not know what they're doing. But there's a way for you to basically teach your client as they go, so that way when they're recording transactions, it's done in a proper manner.